I thought Tahina has had a great training camp, and she also did really well in the exhibition. So we wanted to see how'd she do in that position. I thought, she did some good things, and we'll be able to learn from some of the other things. But she's done really well, and she's earned an opportunity to be out there.
And I thank you for that. And I understand that you're a numbers guy as well. How would you assess overall opening night for your team? If you had to assign a grade, or if you just overall, what did you like
Well,
to do?
yeah, it's definitely a work in progress. Uh, I thought offensively we did some really good things, and I liked how down the stretch we were really getting, really good shots around the rim. Defensively, we just made too many mistakes. That's something that's going to have to be cleaned up. But, uh, to be fair to our players, we've spent a lot more time on offense and defense, and it kind of showed today. So we're going to have to watch a film, break some things down, uh, figure out how we can get better there. And, uh, I definitely want to give the Mystics credit because I mean, they were playing great. They're moving the ball, they're making good decisions with it. Uh, they shot lights out from three. I think they're like 50% from three. They did very well. We were hoping that at the end we could have, made one or two more plays and stole the game.
And then finally for me, um, you alluded to a little bit in the fourth quarter, getting the ball inside. Was it more concerted effort to get Brittany the ball more, or just kind of how the offense moved and just kind of where the ball found her?
No, we made a concerted effort. We actually put something in that we didn't have in yet that we were going to put in, and we decided to go with it, and it was pretty effective for us when we finally went to it. I wish we'd have gone to it a little earlier because we were having so much success with it and getting to the foul line and stuff like that. So, that's something we'll watch too. Like, we want to create some spacing, but also it can't be at the expense of getting touches near the rim. And it took us a while to really establish that game. And uh, unfortunately, at that point, we were more trading baskets. We needed to get some stops.
Thank you so much, Coach. Appreciate
Hey,
it.
no trouble.
We'll jump to Zoom. Go ahead, Emmanuel.
Coach, you talk about the defensive breakdowns. What were some of the things that you saw that you would like to get tightened up on the defensive side?
Well, we had a lot of times where we'd have a miscommunication and two would go with one and give them credit. Anytime we did, they moved the ball to the open person and they knocked down those shots. That was a big one. I would say the other thing is like we weren't in gaps or destroying space, so they were able to put their head down. I mean, they were driving with intent, like they were really uh, motivated to get to the rim on some of these drives, and we really didn't have much help or anybody to step over, take a charge, or at least make it difficult to score. So those will we'll look at it and kind of see where our positioning was off. Were we losing vision of the ball? Because some of it was there were times where it was each of those. Uh, but I'm actually really optimistic. I mean, there's a lot of good things out there, and uh, I can see the makings of a really good team.
Go ahead, Megan.
Hey, Coach. Can you just walk us through, I guess, what you saw in that last possession? It seemed like there was maybe perhaps a breakdown in the play. A lot of three balls went up, but can you just walk us through like what you saw on that last play?
Well, we drew up a play that we really hadn't gone over before, and wasn't we didn't get the open look that we wanted right off the inbound, but our players kind of created some offense after that and got some second shots and looked to kick it out for threes. And I thought we got a lot of good looks at it to good shooters. Sometimes they just don't go in. And the other thing, we missed it a few times, so the clock was running down too. So uh, we needed to get a score, and then we also needed to foul and try to advance the ball again and score again. So uh, give Washington credit. They really defended the first part of the action really well, and then our team did a good job really fighting to get good looks, and we got several. We just didn't make it.
Go ahead, Donald.
Good evening, Coach. Donnell Suggs here with the Atlanta Voice. I wanted to ask, what kind of advantage, if there is one, that you get from starting the season off on the road the first two games? I know the home opener will be a big night and everything, but you're going to start the season off on the road.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a challenge. And you want to meet that challenge. You get on the road, you're playing in front of somebody's, especially opening night, the home environment. Then the environment out there was great tonight. There's a lot of energy. The game was fun. It went back and forth. It was competitive at the end. But we want to be in a position to win these close games at the end. We feel like we got a lot of really good players, and my job is to get them in a better position, especially at the end of the game, to help us close these out.
We'll go last question, Nia. Nia, go ahead.
Hi, Coach. Could you just talk about Brittany Griner's performance in the second half and how she stepped up?
Yeah, we really made a concerted effort, especially when the fourth quarter started, to make sure that we got more touches down low for both her and Bree. And, uh, she was doing great. I mean, she was getting deep catches. She's making good offensive moves. She was scoring. She was getting fouled. It's just something that we probably should have went to earlier.